One of my favorite methods in Python is the split method. As I've mentioned many times in class and videos, Python loves working with strings. There's so many opportunities we can do in strings. And what we can do with a string, we'll call it a sentence, we can take that string or sentence and we can split it based upon certain characters and take what we're splitting and put that into a list. So let me put a sentence out here. And the sentence is going to be a string. So the string called sentence. And we're going to call it the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Every letter in the alphabet. Let's say I want to split this so that each one of those words becomes a separate item inside a list. So I can say a list and I'll call the list words. And all I need to do is use this method. Now, the default, if I don't put anything here, and I'll do a demonstration putting something there, if I don't put anything there, it's going to split based upon white space, and white space are these characters. So if I hit enter here, it basically in that little split second, no pun intended, it broke up the sentence into individual words and put that in a list. So if I say, let me take a look at words. There they are. You notice that they're all separated by commas, and they're strings. We need to be a little bit careful with our split. For example, if let me clear my screen real quickly. Let's say I have a string of numbers, right? I have a string of numbers. And I try to split this, okay, into a list. So I'm going to say number list. And I'm going to say numbers dot split. I'll use, again, the default. It'll just look for white characters. And it worked. But you'll notice that because this started off as a string and because I split it, these are not integers. These are now numbers. And you want to be careful putting how you put things into your list. And we'll talk about that in another video. But when I split here, it took this string and put them in as numbers. All right. How about, let me clear my screen again. I mentioned, can I split based upon a character? Absolutely. You use this a lot in the computer world. We often do things with comma-separated values or tab-separated values. I tend to favor more the comma-separated values. Let me do a sentence again, and I'll just be a little bit sillier this time. And instead of spaces, I will put the comma, quick, comma, brown, comma, fox, comma, jumped, comma, over, comma, the, comma, lazy, comma, dog. All right, it's a valid string. Yep, it's a valid string. Can I split based upon commas? If I try to split based upon, if I just try to split based upon white space, yeah, it split something, but let's take a look at what words is. It split, it couldn't find a white space, so it just took the entire element and put it as an element in the string. What I have to do is I have to tell it split based upon the comma. Now, if I go to words, you can see I have individual elements inside my list.